You guys have been asking for this video for months, and today you're gonna get it. What is up, my friends? My name is Echo, and today I'm here again with my friend MiracleMax to do a commander tier list with you guys. You've both asked for tier lists on my channel again, and you've asked for me to have MiracleMax come back on the channel. So today you're getting best of both worlds. We're focusing on legendary commanders in these videos. Max, what's happening?
Hey, it's a good day today, Echo. You ready to rock it?
I'm ready to rock it. We're going to start off today, guys, with the ranking system. It's S being the best, A, B, C, D, and then F being the worst. And just so you guys know, this is an opinion piece. You may disagree, you may have different thoughts, so that's your opportunity to sound off in the comments below in a respectful fashion with maybe what you think would be better or where these commanders should lie. And before we go any further in this video though, guys, you got to remember to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. But not only my channel, MiracleMax is putting out stellar content on a regular basis, telling you guys more about and giving you a better understanding of Rise of Kingdoms over on her channel. I'll be linking that at the end of this video and in the description below, so make sure you head on over there and give her channel some love as well. So today we're going to start out with Julius Caesar. Where do you rank him on the tier list, Max?
All right, well, Julius Caesar is probably the commander everyone gets excited about first. Yeah. And he is a solid commander. He's leadership, conquering, and attack. And what that means is if you want a rally leader, this is the guy that you're going to have out rallying cities or rallying the forts. Now, the one thing is, as you get further into the game, there are others that are a little better, but he is still solid. And so for that, I'm going to give him an A.
All right, so my highest commander got himself an A, which is decent. We're going to move on right now to Cao Cao, another legendary. Where are we going to rank him, Max?
All right, well, Cao Cao is one of 4 of our cavalry leaders. And where he stands out for cavalry is he has some great speed. He also is great in player versus player. So Cao Cao is made to hit barbarians, hit other players, and a lot of people partner him with Minamoto and use him for rallies too. So all around a great cav leader, not the best of the ones, but very solid also, so he's getting an A.
All right, 2 A's to start this out, which is amazing because they are my top 2 commanders, so feeling all right about it. But we're going to move on to a legendary commander that's focused on gathering. We're talking about Cleopatra.
Yes, and you know, Cleopatra is probably the legendary that you can level up the easiest. Her trophies are available everywhere, and there's even events that all players can participate in and get her trophy. The one thing about Cleopatra is she is just a gatherer. I mean, of her skills, skill 2, 3, 4, and her expertise are all about the gathering. Is she strong? Absolutely. A great gatherer. But because she's so limited in her abilities, I'm going to give her a B.
A B, that's fair enough. But now I'm gonna go off task right here for a second and ask you, for someone that is willing to invest in legendary sculptures, would you call her the best gatherer in the game?
Absolutely.
Well, there you go. All right, so if you're not afraid to spend a little money, there you go for your best gatherer. But we're moving on to Minamoto right now.
All right, Minamoto. He's also known as Moneymoto because the only way to get him is to open your wallet. And for $185, you know, honestly, if you're spending money on this game, it's worth the money. So Minamoto is all around awesome. He's a strong nuker with a 1400 damage factor. He's strong cavalry. He's strong player versus environment. He can hit barbs well. He can take on armies on the field, and he can go take down a barb fort or a city. So because there isn't an area other than gathering that he's not great at, he is going to get an S for superior.
The best score in the game given to Minamoto, which is pretty cool. Guys, let me know in the comments below if you have Minamoto, and if you do, how ranked up you have him. Also, remember, this is an opinion piece. If you guys disagree or feel differently, feel free to let us know down in the comments. Just do it in a friendly fashion. We can have a discussion about it because, again, these are opinions. But we're going to move on right now, and we're moving on to Frederick.
All right, so Frederick is one of those commanders that not many people upgrade in this game.
Mm.
And the reason for that is his skills are pretty much the same as Julius Caesar and a couple other commanders. We haven't talked about that yet. So, for that reason, while he is a solid commander, while he is a solid rally leader on
Mhm.
other cities, I'm going to give him a grade of a B because most people just aren't going to put the trophies into him if they already have Caesar.
So there's another other commanders they prefer to put those trophies into.
Correct.
Makes sense. Well, we're gonna move on to Charles Martel. I know some of my friends are huge fans of Charles. How about you?
I love Charles. And Charles, if you look at his picture in this game, he's this big, stocky, beefy dude.
Mm-hmm.
And that's his job in this game. He is a tank. He leads infantry. He's all about defense and taking the blows so the rest of your team can do the damage. So he's one of 3 commanders that are legendary that fit in this category. And I'm giving him a solid A for his abilities.
All right. We're gonna move on right now to El Cid.
Oh, El Cid. Here goes the A's and B's. So, El Cid is one of 2 archer commanders that we currently have in the game. And I say currently because there's an update that we just saw.
Yes.
That means this is probably changing. But El Cid isn't that exciting. Probably for El Cid, the best thing about him is that he is a disabler. And what that means is in his first skill, he can actually turn off the enemy's ability to attack you for a second.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably his best ability. He's just kind of blah in a lot of ways in comparison to other legendaries. If you stack him up against epics, he looks good, but against other legendaries, he's just so. So he's going to be my first C.
A C. So basically, El Cid is just not that exciting.
Right. You know what? When I get his trophies, I put him into him, but I am not using any of my generic sculptures on him.
Mm-hmm.
He'll never be more than a secondary commander for me.
Fair enough. Max, what do you think of Mehmed?
All right, now we just talked about Frederick and Caesar, and Mehmed is another commander who falls in this same category. And I have to tell you, he's superior to both of them. So here's why. Mehmed is also leadership, conquering, and skill, but he has an AoE. His first skill allows him to do damage up to a maximum of 5 targets. And in addition to that, his expertise skill kicks up his damage factor, and it also adds on a huge chance to deal extra damage when you're hitting cities. And that's his purpose, is to hit cities. Now, because of his AoE, if you need to use someone for player versus player on the field, he'll help you really well at that too. So Mehmed, in comparison to Caesar and Frederick, who are 2 that are just like him, he's going to be the one who gets the S for superior.
All right, another S for Mehmed. I don't know. He's one that I don't have ranked up at all. Maybe I should start doing some investing right there.
Well, you do have Julius up, and if he's still, he's in that category, so it's a little hard to do that at this point.
Yeah, I understand. I invested in the wrong one, Max.
That's okay. That's all right.
Is.
Come back around.
Let's go over to Genghis Khan, the newest commander, right? This is the newest commander in the game as of right now, yeah.
Yes. All right. Well, Genghis Khan is one of our 4 cav leaders, and I will tell you that he has the biggest hit. His nuke is 1700 with a 30% chance that he hits again with that 1700 damage factor right in a row. Wow. Now, the thing about Genghis Khan that stinks is he has a skill that actually slows down his own march speed when he's in battle, which takes him out of the ability to be player versus player on the battlefield. We use cavalry on the battlefield where we can hit and we can run, and he cannot run. So although he has a great nuke, I've been using him in rallies on barbed forts and cities behind Minamoto, but I haven't found a use for him in the open field. Okay. So for that reason, he's going to get an A for that nuke, but it's not an S because he's slow.
Okay, still an A though, which is not so bad to be honest. Let's move over to Constantine. We only have a few more left, and these legendaries right here I don't even have, unfortunately.
All right, well, I don't have Constantine yet either, so I have not gotten to play with him on the field. I have only heard great things about him, and I think he is only available at this point. I'm trying to think if he's not he might be coming on the wheel. I don't think anybody has him yet. So what does Constantine bring that no one else does? Well, he is also a tank like Richard and Martel. He's infantry like Richard and Martel, but he also offers a support tree. And this is something we haven't seen before in Legendary. He and Saladin are the first two to bring it in. And the support tree gives him the option of really buffing up whoever his secondary is. Now, if I had him and if I played with him, I would suspect he would get an S. But at this point, I can't put him above Martel because I simply haven't used him. So he is going to get an A alongside Martel.
I like that. I like the honesty right here, Max. You haven't tried him out, so how do you give him the best score when you haven't actually gotten your hands on him? So I can respect that. Constantine grabbing himself an A, and now we're moving on to Yi Sengai. Hopefully I said that one properly. I probably didn't.
Well, his name is Yi Sung-ye.
Yeah, Yi Sung-ye. That's what I said, right?
Yi Sung-ye. Yes, that's exactly what you said.
Right.
I must have cut out a little bit. It
You
sounded
must have.
funny. All right. So Yi Sung-ye, hey, this is your archer leader. You know,
Right.
we've progressed far enough in the game where we can have armies that are troop specific. So when you're ready to send out all archers on the field, maybe you need to take down some infantry, you're sending out Yi Sung-ye. Now his the two things I love most about him is he has a great nuke of 1700 damage factor, and he is an AoE commander. He can hit up to 5 targets at the same time in a circle. And, you know, for a legendary to be able to do that, that really moves him up the list really quick. And because we only have 2 archer commanders, El Cid and Yi Sung-ye, you know, it's hard to not rate him super high. So Yi Sung-ye right now is getting an S for me, and that might change with the new commanders coming. If another archer commander comes in that can top his skills, you know, he might have to drop down. But right now, an S for Yi Sung-ye.
He's the best at this point in time, and we could, you know, when that all happens, when those commanders come, we could have another video discussing that as well, if it's worth a discussion. For now, though, we're moving on to the commander that I just wish that I had. I missed the opportunity on the wheel. We're talking about Richard right now.
Oh, yes, you need Richard.
Exactly.
You do. Yeah, Richard is available only on the wheel. Once you have him, you can use generic sculptures to build him up.
Right.
But I will tell you, I use Richard every time I go out barb attacking. I partner him behind Lohar, and I can have Lohar with Richard out on the field hitting level 40 barbs and never come home.
Wow.
That's how much of a tank he is. Now, he doesn't do damage. I mean, he is minimal on the damage he's doing, but man, he does healing and he debuffs the enemy. He has AoE on his debuff, so he can, I believe he debuffs up to 3 enemies at the same time if you're getting hit by multiple. So next time he's on the wheel, you know, I want you to empty all of your gems into him because he is an S.
I figured that was what was coming, and that's what I'm planning. It was so long ago that I saw him on the wheel. I'm talking maybe 4 or 5 months ago. And at that point in time, I didn't realize how important he was to the game, and I didn't do the wheel, and I didn't get him. And now I'm paying for it because he's never returned, at least in the kingdoms that I've been hanging out in.
And let me say also that he's not just a tank for killing barbs. He's a tank in open field.
Right.
He's a tank if you need to defend a structure. I mean, this guy can take hits over and over again.
He could take it. Well, how about Hannibal Barca?
All right, Hannibal Barca. He is the second Minamoto. In fact, to get Hannibal Barca, you have to reach VIP 11 before you even have him, and then you need to start spending a lot of cash to get him. And I say a lot of cash because he's only available in the VIP chests, and to get up to VIP level 15 to be able to max him out, you're talking easily 1 million gems.
Jeez.
For Hannibal Barca, I have him unlocked with a skill of 1 on the first skill.
Okay.
Not using Hannibal. And the reason for this, now he is great, but he's also in that leadership conquering attack group that puts him with Caesar, with Frederick, and with Mehmed. And I don't have the money to invest in him. Of those 4, you know, I already have a decent Caesar, and Mehmed is the one I'm interested in.
Okay.
So I know this is going to be controversial. I'm giving Hannibal Barca a B because I can't afford him
Yep.
and I can't play with him. And I just don't feel like he's worth the money at this point in the game. I could change my mind in 6 months, but not today.
You could change your mind tomorrow if you want to, but it makes total sense what you're saying. And, well, if you have other commanders that do the job either just as good or maybe even a little better or a little not as good, if it's a lot easier, a lot less expensive to get them, it may be the better choice.
Yes.
But we're finishing up right now with the final commander, Saladin, who used to look a lot different when he was released into the game. Looks a lot better now, in my opinion. What do you think?
All right, I agree. I like his new look.
Yeah.
And I also think he's an amazing commander. Saladin just was released in the Mightiest Governor in the kingdoms I'm in the last Mightiest Governor. And at this point in the game, that is the only way to get him. What that means is unless you're a high pay-to-play player, you're not going to be able to get him for a while because the battles right now for winning Mightiest Governor are really strong. Now, let me tell you why I love him. He has a strong nuke of 1700. He has some disabling skills. He's a great cavalry leader. And he's set up not just to do player versus player on the field, but to rally structures. And his skills give bonuses when you're rallying structures.
Okay.
The other thing I love about him is he also is a support commander. So you can use his skills to really buff up whoever's following behind as a secondary. So I'm going to break trend here and say, I don't have him. I want him so badly. If there was an S+, I would give him an S+.
Wow.
But he is getting an S from me.
Very nice. Well, I'll tell you what, Max, you not only did you just give us scores, but you gave us a ton of insight about each of these commanders. I mean, I learned something here. I'm sure that the people that watch this video learned something and maybe changed their minds on who they thought was the most important commander, because you know everyone wants Caesar. I was one of them too in the beginning. Everyone wants Caesar, but you gave us a ton of information today that made us believe that maybe it's not all about Caesar as the top legendary commander. So I thank you guys for watching this video. I'm going to have Max back on the channel weekly, and next we're going to be talking about the epic commanders, giving you guys a very similar tier list to this one, talking about epics, ones that are easier to get, easier to upgrade, and maybe that you're playing with more often. But Max, thanks for coming through the channel.
Hey, I appreciate being on with you and getting to talk to you about how I see the game.
I love it. You're teaching me something. You're teaching my audience something as well. Again, guys, please head on over to Max's channel. Again, I'll be linking it in the description below. Check out what she has. If you find the information valuable, if you like hanging out in her channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring her bell as well because, well, it's good stuff and you could really learn a lot from it. But not only that, come find me over on Twitter at Echo Through Me. And guys, check out this video as well where Max and I got together and put together some information. So Max, again, thanks so much. And everyone else, we'll see all of you back here later on today with another video. Until then, be good.